What's up guys, it's me, Vivi, and welcome to another Sly Cooper related video. Okay, I know, I haven't uploaded a Sly Cooper related video in pretty much a long time. When was the last time I uploaded a Sly Cooper video? I think it was the fanfiction? I think it's been like 2 weeks. It's like Spyro season, okay guys? But anyways, the point of this video is I want to bring up something which has been discussed in the past, maybe a couple of times, I'm not too sure, but it's the idea, well, the possibility of Sly meeting his father to some extent. Oh, and before I begin, let's not forget, on here with us today we got Mulatto. Say hi.
How's it going, everyone? Mulatto here. Thanks, Vivi, for having me. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm alright. It sure has been Spyro season. Everyone's talking about Spyro nowadays.
It is looking great. Now, what I want to bring to you guys' attention today is Sly. Well, actually, let me start it like this. I don't know if you guys have been watching any of Kevin Miller's streams playing Sly 1 and Sly 4. He's been playing Sly 4 lately, and he had a secret live stream, by the way. It was like 1:30 a.m. I was in bed. Short.
His streams are so freaking late for me. Damn it.
But the secret one was late. That's why he called it secret. But the other day he streamed at 7:30 p.m. actually, which was cool. Eastern time.
Look at this. Look how much I've learned from Ryoichi. Come on, can you do this?
Oh man, Sly's really zen right now.
Alright, if I just stand here for 5 minutes, I will definitely pass out. Look at his tail! It goes with him! Whee!
Anyways, the point is, in that live stream, well, I think it was the last one, someone brought up the idea of Sly witnessing the death of his parents. The voice actor himself thought it'd be too intense. Like, it's way too much. Way too much of a dilemma. Now, Mulatto, what would you say about Sly, seeing that, going back in time?
Well, I guess we had this scenario in other games. Like, let's say, for example, he was in that situation, and most likely he will intervene. There was no other choice. Probably the character would intervene. But I guess that will kind of create a butterfly effect, because if he did that, an altered timeline would appear.
Of course.
But yeah, it's one of those questions that really it's hard to answer. But what are your thoughts on this one? What other timeline did you have in mind if he intervened in that scenario?
What other timelines?
Yeah, for example, you know that in the current timeline, his parents died, and he grew up with Bentley and Murray, and basically he learned everything by himself and with his adventures.
Okay.
But let's say, for example, he saved his parents, and suddenly his current self that saved his parents kind of vanished because this timeline never existed. So instead of meeting Bentley and Murray and learning these things all by himself, his father taught him everything.
At the expense of losing his friendship he's built over those years, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, I want to say something. Sly Cooper is E10 and up, right?
Yeah.
Witnessing the death of his parents, do you think it's too dark? I mean, we gotta be honest, it's pretty much a kid's game, but suitable for older audiences as well, you gotta admit. Do you think it's too dark?
Well, it's the thing about the Sly Cooper games. Like, the Sly Cooper games, it's for kids, but at the same time, he has a lot of dark moments.
Sly 2, maybe, I'd say.
Yeah, for example, in Sly 3, when Penelope beats Luffy, Luffy pretty much gets eaten by sharks.
Oh yeah, that. And the gang pretty much killing a bunch of guards, right? But that's Sly Cooper logic. Talking about that, lore-wise, do you think they actually kill those guards or just make them fall asleep using Bentley's darts?
I'm not entirely sure, dude. I think they killed. I think they killed the guards. Look at the crocodile mission in Sly 3. They feeding the crocodile guards.
Yep. If you thought Sly Cooper was only for kids, you thought wrong.
You thought wrong indeed.
So back to what I said previously. If they do present Sly's father, Connor, in some sort of way, to what extent could Sly Cooper go back in time before he was born and go through missions with his father? Maybe there might be a villain from the future, just like Sly 4, I don't know. What would you say about that? Him working with his father.
Well, I guess that would be pretty awesome to see, because, let's be honest, can we consider the Connor we saw in Sly 4 really his father? Like, we didn't literally get a face. It was just a cartoon thing. Can we
Yeah.
consider that his father?
Okay, for 3 games, his face has been hidden. Same goes for his mother. Them suddenly
Yeah.
showing his face in the 4th game, I don't believe it's his exact representation of what he's supposed to look like.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Sly 4 has a lot of plot holes, pretty much. But some people say that Sly 4 is more of a fan-made game than following the sequel. I don't know. What do you think of that?
We could spend like an hour talking about Sly Cooper 4 and why people don't like it, and yada yada yada. But yeah,
So evil.
talking about Sly's parents, I wonder what happened to his home. Is it abandoned? Did someone set it on fire? Did his parents get buried? Do you think Sly might visit their graveyard if they did get buried somewhere? And if their house was abandoned, what if Sly saw it? Do you think he'd enter the house, get a bunch of flashbacks, and just come out immediately?
Yeah, I guess he would have a lot of flashbacks. Maybe he could find some hidden message about his mother or about his parents. Something related to the family line. That would be pretty sick. Now, I have one question.
Huh?
Since Sly 1, we always had Paris as the main thing for the hideout. Like, every prologue, pretty much, we have Paris.
Uh-huh.
Does that make Sly from Paris?
I knew you were gonna bring this up. I have the same thought. I'm not too sure. We don't even know if his house was in Paris. Was it ever explained? I don't think so.
I don't think it was explained.
Since Sly's father was a thief, basically, maybe their house was hidden in a farm somewhere? And I'm wondering if that house still exists. Maybe it's abandoned. And like I said, Sly might stumble upon it one day.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason he based his whole base around Paris, because he misses home. I don't know, it's just a weird idea.
And whoever took Sly to the orphanage, I wonder if that will ever get explained. Maybe the orphanage itself found Sly, I don't know. Do you believe that's the case?
Yeah, it's really weird, because I got a guy in the comments saying it was the cops, but I'm not sure if the cops will just take him. I mean, if they take him, what about his background? I don't think they will put a son of a world-famous thief just in an orphanage. I think they will take custody of the boy. I don't know, it's just weird.
Well, Sly was 8 years old. I'm going to say that cops finding him is a very high possibility.
True.
If not, Sly was too scared, he just ran away and met someone mysterious and took him to the orphanage. Maybe it was
I
Miss...
mean, I will go with that, yeah.
And maybe it was Miss... I always forget her name. What is her name again?
Is it Puff?
No, it's not Puff. Mrs.
I had a
Puff.
feeling it was.
Puff is from SpongeBob. Manny pointed that out in the comments like, dude, Mrs. Puff, is this like SpongeBob? No.
I have a feeling it starts with a P.
It does start
I
with
don't
a
know,
P.
the bird with the cookies. That's the one.
Anywho, if... I'll just show the picture on screen.
Yeah.
Oh, Puffin!
I knew it was with a P, I knew it.
Just like how Bentley's eggs was found. Well, actually, Bentley has 2 backstories from what I've read. Him wandering away from his siblings and his egg being put right in front of the orphanage.
Gee, a lot of backstory. That's another thing we need, more backstory to the characters itself.
And guess who I'm thinking about right now?
The parents, right?
Not really.
Clockwork?
Of course.
Of course, he had to be Clockwork.
So, like,
But yes, Vivi, tell
Yes.
me something.
Remember when I said I want to see a side of Sly we've never seen before, like his emotional side he's been hiding this whole time, perhaps?
Yes.
When Sly meets his father and goes through missions with him, Sly might tell him, I'm your son from the future. Now, Bentley and the gang will be with Sly, right? They're gonna tell Sly to be careful, not to say too much of what happens in the not the past, the future, my bad. If he tells his father what happens in the future, that might have butterfly effects. But seeing as how Sly 4 was handled, time travel and all, Sly did tell Tennessee I'm from the future, but nothing happened. But Connor, we're talking about death here, so I'm thinking Sly's gonna hug his father and just tear up, because he knows he's gonna lose him eventually. What would you say of a scene like that?
I would say it will be a bit darker, but it makes sense because either way, he can't save his father, I guess, because if he save it, it will be a whole different story.
Saving his parents, he's gonna have to deal with the moral dilemma. Rescuing his parents at the expense of his friendship he's built for years.
Friends or family, you pick.
So I'm thinking, out of the bunch, Bentley will remind Sly that, Sly, don't tell too much to your father, okay? Because it's going to have severe consequences.
Look at we writing a game and everything.
I don't know if I brought this up in the past, but I'd like Sly, after Sly 5, to have a trilogy similar to Ratchet & Clank The Future Saga, how the story was handled, focusing on one aspect in particular, the Lombaxes. This new trilogy, maybe they could focus on Clockwork, maybe for one game, with his backstory and everything. With that, the game could get even more emotional or even darker. And emotional, like I said, I'm not talking about Sly witnessing the death of his parents. Him hugging his father and just crying, subtly, that could be something emotional, I guess. But yeah, witnessing the death, it's a lot. Okay, I understand. Mufasa in Lion King died, and Simba
Yeah,
saw
they were
that.
very sad. They were very sad.
Disney movies back then were much darker, right?
Right.
Like The Black Cauldron. Remember that movie?
Yeah, that was pretty dark. But that's the thing, they're for kids, but they make it dark. I guess like the only real traumatizing for kids would be if there was a lot of blood around. But since it's not blood, people just die and people just cry. It's weird.
I know. Kingdom Hearts, especially, I know. You haven't played Kingdom Hearts, but there's one scene in particular which has too many feels. But anyways, that's beyond the point.
True. Let's wrap it up, Vivi.
Alright, so with that being said, guys, as usual, do your stuff. If you have any questions, if you agree or disagree with stuff mentioned in this video, mention it in the comment section below. And Mulatosly, thank you so much for being part of this video. It was very fun.
Yeah, true. It was very fun. Thanks for having me, guys. Make sure you leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments down below. Would you rather have your father teaching you stuff or your friends and the journey? Leave your thoughts.
You heard him. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And Mulatto, did you want to say something about your part on your channel?
Oh, yeah, sure. By the way, guys, we decided this time not to make a part 2 video because most of the time when we make Sly Cooper videos together, we make part 1 and part 2. So for this time, we decided to make 2 separate videos. So make sure you check out my channel, and me and Vivi will discuss a topic that may interest you. I'm not gonna say anymore.
Alright, let's wrap it up. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
See ya.